What's going on, guys? It's your man Ed Hayes here, back for another video. And guys, in this one, you see the title, you see the thumbnail. I'm going to be doing a deep dive comparison between the two most popular pay-per-lead companies for motivated sellers, and those are ispeedtolead and Lead Zolo. These are two of the most popular companies in America in the real estate space right now in terms of just buying motivated seller leads, and you hear everyone talking about them. However, if you've never actually used them, you probably don't really have a reference point or really know what you're going to be getting if and when you do sign up for these software. So I wanted to do a deep dive, kind of show you all the back end of both of these systems and compare and contrast them to, so you can make a logical decision on which one of these companies is going to make the most sense for you to start buying leads from. So let's not waste any time, guys. Let's get right on into it. All right, guys. So I'm going to break this video down into several different segments. So first, we're going to be talking about the user interface and the user experience. We're going to be talking about like competition from other wholesalers. We're going to talk about like the type of leads that you can get from these different companies, and then the price as well, which I'm sure is one of the most important parts for you all. And then we're going to kind of just break it down or whatever and talk about the overall quality of the lead so you all can make an informed decision. So let's start off with the actual user interface. I'm going to start off with Lead Zolo. All right, so here we are over on Lead Zolo. This is the back-end dashboard inside of Lead Zolo. So once you get an account, you log in, this is what you're going to see. Now, I changed up this date so it shows like a little bit of time, but you can see that my guy Will, shout out to Will for giving me access to his Lead Zolo account. Appreciate you, my brother. But so Will has bought 31 leads. You've accepted all 31 of those leads. I guess apparently you can reject them. Some of them may be duplicates, and apparently you can return your leads as well. But this is just what the dashboard looks like. It'll show you all of your deposits, et cetera, et cetera. These alerts just goes in. It's basically like letting you know that your balance maybe like under $179 or something like that or whatever. You got the billing section. You got this manage campaign section right here. It'll show you like all of the leads that you've gotten recently. And then you've got this button right here where you can pause or play your actual campaign. So when you log in, all you got to do is just click that button to pause it. Let's say if you're on some overnight type stuff or whatever, you probably don't want leads coming in from like midnight to 6 a.m. or something like that or whatever. So when you're done, you could just literally just pause the campaign and then turn it back on when you're open and available to actually take on any new leads, okay? Because they can come in at any given time with Lead Zolo or whatever if you just let it play out. But this is essentially what the user interface looks like on Lead Zolo. Nothing crazy, nothing major. You do have the option, it looks like, to export your leads as well. So you can just export them onto like a CSV or something like that. And yeah, as you can see, it does save it as a Microsoft Excel worksheet. So that'll be very usable. You'll have it on a spreadsheet. You'll have all of your leads right there. Also, guys, when you get a lead that actually comes in, this is what the emails actually look like when Lead Zolo submits a lead to you. So just so you kind of have like a sense of like what you're actually going to be getting, how the leads come in, what information do you get, and things of that nature. They're giving you that person's asking price, how long have they owned it, the property condition, the reason to sell, how quickly do they want to sell, is it listed, is it occupied, the type of property, address, email, phone number, things like that or whatever. So I'm going to make sure I kind of block off the information so all of their information isn't just seen. But yeah, this is what the emails look like. And then I'll show you what the text messages look like as well. Boom. So when the leads come in, this is an example of the text messages when they come in. So you get that person's name, address, and their contact phone number, and they'll all come in to like from Lead Zolo or whatever. You'll get a text message and an email immediately upon those people actually filling out the form that they see on YouTube. Now let's go ahead and get into the user interface over here on ispeedtolead. Now this is what the back end dashboard looks like when you head over to ispeedtolead. As you can see, ispeedtolead is obviously different. It's an actual leads marketplace. So there's a ton of leads here that you're going to see, and as soon as you pop up, I've got some filters and stuff inside of here, but essentially when you get to ispeedtolead, the dashboard is going to be, boom, let me buy some leads or whatever. As you see, they've got the prices right here. They do have the information blocked out. So you're not going to get all of the details before you actually purchase the lead. It won't have like the beds and baths, the repairs needed and things of that nature. It will tell you like the seller motivation. Is anyone living in the house? How fast do they want to sell? Are they the owner? Do they have a mortgage and are they behind on it? And then is it listed and whatnot? So you will get a decent amount of data, but you will be missing like beds, baths, how long have you owned it, repairs needed, things like that. I don't even think that they have an asking price thing though, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think the asking price is one of the questions that they ask. So like as you see right here, whatever, like this particular lead came from a YouTube ad, and then this one right here is actually came from a and like it says, getting offer nationwide investors group lead from Facebook. So some leads may come from Facebook with ispeedtolead. Others may come from like a text message, a cold call. It could be PPC ads. It's a lot of different ways that these leads come into ispeedtolead. And I think that that's part of the reason why they're able to have like different pricing and stuff like that or whatever. And they can have like massive sales and things of that nature. We'll get into price in a little bit, but just know that it's not exclusively going to be PPC leads, which have like extremely high intent. You could like sort it, or you could just like only buy leads that were PPC from ispeedtolead or whatever. But like I said, like just know that there's other sources that these leads can come from, so it won't be exclusively PPC. Now, I did an entire video on really kind of going through ispeedtolead, showing you all of these different tabs. As you see, they've got a lot of different tabs. They got fixed priced mode. They've got the little iComps thing. They got bonus packages, my CRM, iComps, SMS Messenger, premium mode, affiliates, your profile, CRM integration, knowledge base, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a lot of different things that you can technically do inside of here. And right here, you can even see that sometimes they even come across leads that are actually on the market right now. Like this is actually an on market lead. So it doesn't have an off market guarantee. It says lead is on the market, but wants an offer, likely due to issues with current agent, no off market guarantee. And look, they're selling this lead for just $55. That's not a bad deal, right? Well, obviously, if it's listed online, right, you could probably just go talk to the seller yourself, but you don't have the address, right? So what did it say? Okay, so this one is like $145. It's the same situation. It's a multifamily in Jamestown, New York. So it's going to be varying types of leads as you're using ispeedtolead. Now, once you actually do purchase a lead inside of ispeedtolead, you're going to have this CRM system inside of here as well. And you're going to be able to go in, change the contract status on this person. So it really operates like a legit CRM system. You'll have your people's names. You can call them right there. You can actually text message to people from inside of ispeedtolead as well, which is pretty cool. You can have reminders and things of that nature. And obviously you can connect this CRM to like your actual CRM. If you're using like a Podio or Asana or whatever, you can connect it using Zapier. So that's pretty cool. I do like the user interface and like how the leads come in. It does give you a decent amount of details. Let me see if I can click into one of these. So I'm going to try to make sure I block off this person's information, but essentially you'll see it gives you a decent amount of information. I like the way that it's structured. It's nice, it's clean, and things of that nature. And it will be inside of the ispeedtolead platform, and you can just log in or whatever, boom, and it's right there. But in general, once you actually pop into that lead, this is what it's going to look like. Technically, I can start an SMS conversation with the lead right here. It tells me that I bought this lead for $9, which is amazing. Literally a lead in San Francisco, California that we got for literally $9. You can't beat that. It tells you like where the lead came from. So this came from Facebook in a nationwide investors group, essentially. So it's very interesting how some of these leads come across and stuff like that versus Lead Zolo just being kind of standardized. It's always going to be PPC, is going to be very high intent. With ispeedtolead, you're going to get a varying degree of intent and varying sources from where the leads actually came from, essentially. All right, so now that we've kind of talked all about the user experience, the user interface, like this is what you're actually going to be getting, right? Now I want to talk about some different aspects of the software so we can compare and contrast some different stuff. So when it comes to ispeedtolead, it's literally stated in the name that you need to speed to this lead. As you see right here, this particular lead has 0 orders. Well, ispeedtolead sells their leads to several different wholesalers. So this one person may fill out a form or, get a cold call or whatever it may be, But then ispeedtolead is going to sell this lead to, I believe, up to 10 other wholesale, well, up to 10 wholesalers total, right? So keep that in mind. That is a big thing or whatever. You will be competing with other wholesalers if you're just using ispeedtolead's marketplace. However, with these leads, you can technically lock them up exclusively. So you can pay a little bit more to have a 48-hour hold, or you could pay more to have a 100% exclusive lead, or you could just do no hold and, other people can absolutely call this same seller while you're talking on the phone with them or right afterwards, right? So keep that in mind. That is a thing. With ispeedtolead, you will have to compete unless you went over to fixed price mode. And that's going to allow you to just give you exclusivity without that surcharge, like it says, and you can control the price that you're paying for that lead as well. So it's very interesting. Now, you still won't be able to choose what type of lead it is. So you won't be able to say, just give me PPC leads, but you will get that exclusivity and not have to compete with other wholesalers. So that is a plus. So like with Lead Zolo, you're actually going to be just paying like a flat fee, and there's no competition. Every lead that you get with Lead Zolo is always going to be exclusive, and there's no premium or extra surcharge to actually get that exclusive lead just to you. So in regards to the competing with other wholesalers, some people aren't going to like that. Some people are just going to want, hey, I just want to get this exclusive lead. I don't want to have to compete with another wholesaler, especially if you're not that great at doing this stuff yet. Then you may want to, you may not want to compete with other people. However, if you're a closer, if you're a bona fide hustler out here or whatever, and you're already making a ton of phone calls and stuff like that, very, very often when we're calling these ispeedtolead leads, we'll snatch that up from another wholesaler. Maybe we end up offering slightly more. Maybe our pitch is better. Maybe instead of offering like cash, maybe we come in with a creative offer and things of that nature. So there's a lot of different, if you have the swag, if you're goated out here in terms of actually being able to lock up people, then ispeedtolead can definitely still get the job done, but you will have to compete unless you pay the surcharge or get on fixed price mode. Now, let's talk about price. I know that that's one of the biggest things that a lot of you all probably actually came to this video for. Well, the prices are going to vary. When it comes to, let's start off with Lead Zolo. On Lead Zolo, if you want to just do like nationwide leads, it's going to be about $150 a lead. So these leads can come from anywhere, rural areas, wherever, just anywhere in the nation or whatever. They will give you those leads for a flat fee of $150 per lead. Now, if you wanted to do something more county specific, city specific, and things of that nature, so you could be a lot more targeted, you can be like, hey, I only want leads in Los Angeles, California. That price is going to be $179 per lead. And then you can get as many as you want as well. And they're all going to be exclusive to you. So there's no varying different prices and whatever. It's literally just, if you want all the leads, $150 per lead. If you want just the leads in this specific market, it's going to be $179 per lead. Now, on the flip side, with ispeedtolead, the prices vary dramatically. So as you see, we've got this lead right here for $340. You scroll down, we've got one for $55 that's on the market right now. We've got one for $353, $269, $284. It's like the prices are going to vary dramatically. And when I made my initial review video on ispeedtolead, I actually recommended immediately to get onto their coupon club. The coupon club costs you about $200 a month, and then you're going to be able to get leads for literally as low as like $10, like basically crackhead prices. It's crazy. But not all of the leads or whatever. So these hot leads, you wouldn't be able to get these ultra discounted or whatever. You would get leads that are in the what they call the new status. Right. So all of these leads in new status, if you had the coupon club, you would be able to get a significant discount on these leads. As you see, it looks like the most recent one came in like a few days ago. So these may be a little bit older, and you can't see how many orders there are on this particular lead unless you unlock the premium details. So it can either be $15 per lead, or you could start a 5-day free trial. And I want to say that it's like maybe like $6.99 or something like, like $6.99 for the year. You can start off with like a 5-day trial, and then it just upgrades you to $6.99 a year to actually see that data. So like it could be 0 offers or 0 orders on one of these leads right here. And you'd be like, okay, well, shit, Palm City, Florida, 0 orders. Let me go ahead and grab that, right? But without those additional details, you're not really going to know. So kind of keep that in mind. Like, it will be some extra fees and stuff like that if you want to get all the data with ispeedtolead. But like I said, despite that, they do have that coupon club that gives you the option to get leads for as low as, $10, $15, $20, $25, $50. They have coupons all the time that they send out there to where the leads are just massively discounted. And I think that that's one of the biggest differences between these two systems is that, yeah, you may have to pay some additional fees up front, but ispeedtolead is going to put you in position to get like ultra discounted leads. But granted, remember, you have to compete with other wholesalers, right? And you don't have all of the data that you would if you was with Lead Zolo. But however, it's still a $10 lead, right? Versus like with Lead Zolo, let's say, you go to a specific county, you spend like $179 on one lead. Or you could spend $150 on, the entire country or whatever. So it's going to be somewhere in between there. And it's just very consistent. This is exactly what it is. And there's no surcharge for that exclusivity. You will be paying for exclusivity if you're on ispeedtolead. Like, you won't get them. You will have to pay a premium to get them exclusively to you. So simply put, I'll say that Lead Zolo, very, very straightforward in terms of what the pricing is and what you're going to be getting. Either 150 or 179, all exclusive leads, and they only come from YouTube. Pretty straightforward, right? With ispeedtolead, you're going to have to pay to get that additional premium data. However, like if you're on their coupon club, you can technically get leads for super, super cheap, like as low as $10, $15, $20, $50, whatever it may be. So essentially, prices will drastically vary depending on if you want that lead to be exclusive. Is it a hot lead? Is it a new lead? And then you have to think about, like, where did these leads come from? Do you want to buy that cold call lead or that Facebook group lead? Or you have to make sure that you're getting the leads from a particular place and things like that or whatever. So it's a lot of different factors in terms of the pricing on ispeedtolead versus Lead Zolo is just pretty straightforward. So to wrap this thing up, I kind of want to talk about the overall quality of the lead that you're going to be getting once you actually make a purchase from either one of these companies. I personally know plenty of people that have been very successful with both ispeedtolead and Lead Zolo. So realistically, I would say that the overall quality of the leads that you're going to be getting, it's almost like a wash. But that being said, though, I do think that it's going to somewhat depend on the type of lead that you're going to be purchasing if you went over to ispeedtolead, at least, or whatever. I personally prefer like the online ad leads, like YouTube ads, PPC ads, and things of that nature. Those are the ones that I try to prefer to buy versus going with like Facebook groups and cold calls and text messages and things like that or whatever. But in general, though, like the quality of that type of lead is going to be pretty good. They're going to have high intent. Now, you may have to compete with people. So maybe as this person is getting bombarded by 5, 6 other wholesalers, maybe over time, the quality of that lead starts to go down because the sellers could start to get delusional or whatever, or think that, every time somebody calls me, I'm getting offered $5,000 more. So they're running the price up. That could dilute the quality of that lead over time. I will say that. However, with Lead Zolo, the quality of the lead is going to be pretty good. Like they're going to be running YouTube ads. The person is going to fill out that form. It's pretty straightforward. It's going to be the same thing every time. So your pitch as well can be pretty consistent. So it's not like, on this call, you're saying one pitch and this call, you're saying another. Oh, well, I saw you on a Facebook group. And then on this one, it's like, oh, I think you filled out a form on my website, et cetera, right? So like the pitch can be a little bit different. With Lead Zolo is going to basically be the same conversation every time. They all come from YouTube or whatever. So these are always going to be pretty high intent individuals. And if you're getting back to them right away, it's a really high likelihood that you could do one call closes all day and night on your RJ Bates stuff. Shout out to RJ. In regards to like which one of these systems I think is better, I think it really depends on the type of wholesaler that you are. So I think like if you're just getting started out here and, maybe you just want to get some repetitions in and you're not like fully ready to be locked into potentially spending thousands of dollars a month, you may want to try like an ispeedtolead, get some super cheap leads and kind of test those leads, if you will, and whatnot. Actually start practicing having that conversation with an inbound lead that's actually highly motivated. it. On the other end, if you're already like a heavy hitter wholesaler, if you're closing several deals a year, at least I would say probably like 4 or more deals, or at least you're super confident in your ability to have these conversations and you're willing to put up the bag to do it. You want to put your money where your mouth is. Then Lead Zolo is probably going to be where it's at. Like if you're ready to just run it up. Like RJ says that he closes like 1 out of 7. My guy Will is saying that he's probably like 1 out of 5 right now. I've also had people on my own team that have been able to do like 1 out of 5 on ispeedtolead leads. So it really depends on the type of wholesaler that you are and what your budget is looking like. So tell me, who you got? Are you going with Lead Zolo or are you team ispeedtolead? Drop me a comment down below and let me know. Shout out to guys over at Lead Zolo, Drew, and shout out to the guys over at ispeedtolead. I talked to Yuri recently. Guys, I personally like both of these companies a lot. Full disclaimer, I am an affiliate with both of these companies or whatever, but I hope to be able to help you. I hope that this offered like an unbiased, unjudgmental perspective on both of these companies. I don't have a dog in the fight or whatever. My goal is to ultimately help you all make an informed decision on what you're going to do, because honestly, it's like there's not a lot of information out there on like which one is actually better and what does the leads look like when you get them from Lead Zolo when they come in and things of that nature. I think a lot of people don't really know. So I just wanted to make this video to really give you a real life back end experience of like, what is it like when you're buying Lead Zolo leads and what is it like when you're buying ispeedtolead? And then look, I'm just putting this stuff out here unjudgmentally or whatever. You all got to make your own decision. So I'm very curious as to what you guys are thinking. Like, have you used ispeedtolead? Have you used Lead Zolo already? Have you had any issues with either one of those companies? Have they kind of pissed you off in any way, shape, or form? If so, please drop a comment down below. I'm sure that the owners of the company will want to check out this video and see what you guys think so they can improve the software and make a better user experience for you guys. That's ultimately what these videos are for. We just put it out there unjudgmentally and ask the question like, is it actually worth it? And boom, I let you all come to your own conclusion when it comes to that. I just try to lay out the facts for you so you all can make the decision that makes the most sense for you. But anyway, though, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. If there's other softwares and services that y'all want me to cover, definitely drop a comment and let me know. And if you want to see more videos like this where I'm reviewing some of the most popular softwares in the wholesaling space, check out this playlist right here. I've got a ton of these Is It Worth It videos compiled for you to check out so you can get a real life view or feel for, are these companies actually worth it and should you be investing your dollars into them? So until next time, guys, we are out.